This. All right, welcome back. I got a lot of feedback from some of our previous stuff. If you're here, you're somebody that's been hurt by a woman, you turned the red pill, and this is the reason why you're having trouble creating, forming, and keeping relationships. My philosophy here is that life is all about relationships. And no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard we try, we always tend to fall and let the heart win. The heart always wins. No matter how much logic you can put out there, it always wins. You ever see somebody that you're like, man, logically, dude, you should leave that person. And then they just don't, because it's the heart. Okay? So I got 10 talking points today that I want to go over, that I want to cover in this. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 things that are diagnosis, as in like what we're going to identify. We got 3 things that we're going to reframe, and then 3 things that I'm going to challenge you with to give you the path forward into your journey towards life fulfillment, actually securing a relationship, and healing from the pain that this recent dating world has all caused. And I think it's worth saying too that I understand, and I know that this is a very sensitive topic. I know that defenses are up, and I understand that. If there's anything that you think I'm saying wrong, or there's anything that you wanted me to go further into, let me know in the chat, and I'll get back to it. All right, cool. So first thing, you gave everything and got burned. That is something, like for me, red pill was something that I turned to when I gave everything. I'm talking like I paid for dates, right? It's really like it's exciting because we as men, we know that we have value because of the things we provide, but it's deeper than that, which is what I've understood, and I'll get into that later. But being in a place where, as a man, like, I don't want to go out and give everything to a woman and then have her just take everything from me or make it feel like it wasn't worth the investment. And that's where the emotional awareness comes into play, emotional intelligence, and, you know, all of that stuff. And we'll get into that later. The second thing that I want to talk about is your brain went into survival mode. I know this because my brain went into survival mode. When, you know, for my personality type, I'm a logic-based person. I am a logic-based person, secondly followed by emotion. And for me, my heart, it's like I turned my emotions off. Like when I got hurt, like when I went on a date, for example, I went out with a woman and, you know, once again, paid for everything, thought to myself, I'm doing the right thing. Like, this is what a gentleman does, that I'm the man. I pay for the date, and the woman, we have a good time. We hit it off, and then we continue to see each other. Logically, that makes sense, right? You know, I'm a decent guy. We actually had a good time. I would understand if we had a bad time. But for me, it was like, if we go out, we have a good time, we connect. Why would she ever ghost me or leave me for somebody else or just, you know, act silly or something like that? Because it seems premeditated. And so when I got hurt by that, I went to just straight up logic. Like, oh yeah, logically she has, you know, a better, what is it? A better option. Right. I think Kevin Samuels used to say, what he used to say? He used to say, the dating market, your sexual market value. You know, she's dating the guy that's just, he makes more money than me, and that makes him a better catch, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, I logically knew that. And I logically was like, okay, cool. But what I didn't understand at the time was that my heart and her heart were not in tune. And that's what the emotional attachments is, which, you know, if you have spent any amount of time trying to research this, you're probably going to see that. All right. 3. The red pill was armor, and it was not really healing. So like, I totally get the red pill mentality, especially like how it started is like, okay, you need to improve yourself. You need to make yourself better. You need to assert yourself, you know, learn to be a little bit more masculine frame, all that kind of stuff. Right. at the very beginning of the heartbreak, to protect yourself, your emotions, our emotions, and stuff like that as men, I think we come to a point where we like to do this. We need to do this in order for us to stop hurting, especially for guys like me, that I'm not a crier. There are some guys that cry, and that's people that are motivated by intimacy. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not a crier for love. Like, I would get mad before I before I cry. As a matter of fact, every time I've been hurt by a woman, I've never cried. I've always gotten mad, done toxic things like broke things, temper tantrums, shit like that, yelling, screaming. Hold on, I got a cat here on. Fucking cats. Anyway, but that's kind of like where I was on this whole issue. I went into survival mode, and the problem with that is you don't really grow. It's almost like you stop yourself in the hurt. It's like for example, think of it like this: when you get hurt, right, in a relationship, dating by a woman, there's the pain, right? There's the initial boom, right? The explosion. And then you can just imagine, right? Just imagine like there's like this gas cloud, and it's slowly expanding. It's like toxic gas. And this is the hurt. This is what's happening in your body. And as it's going out, what you do, or what guys like me and other guys experience, is it's like you put up the quarantine zone. That's internet issues. Well, anyway, think about it like this. Your hurt inside of your body has taken up a space in your heart. And you are living with that radioactive contamination in your heart. Like it's still there. And it's been years, and you haven't started cleaning up the contamination. And that's why it feels like, oh yeah, everything's fine, when really it's not. Because in your heart, you're like, man, something is missing. I would love to not hate women. I would love to not be resentful towards women. But there's something's off, and I can't quite put my finger on it. And it's a logical thing. You're like, logically, I know. Oh yeah, 70% of marriages filed by women are divorced, and blah blah blah. Like I understand that, but like it's still, there's a part of you that says, man, it would be nice to be with a woman that was really committed to me and moves with me. Like that's just how it is, right? Number 4. You still want love, and you hate yourself for it, which is kind of what I was just getting into. Just because when we get hurt, and I'm speaking from my personal experience and from the experiences of the men that I've talked to, like everyone starts at this place of saying, I got hurt. This is where it is. This is the hurt. It's bottled up. Literally. It's in it's hidden somewhere in their emotional, in their brain, in their heart. They're like action, the intimacy, the closeness, the soft touch of a woman to warm your bed at night, a woman that you can count on, depend on, and actually be there for you when you need her to be there for you. And that's kind of like, that's the turning point. That's the thing that never goes away. It's that feeling. You can't quite explain it. And even if you're here, you're like, man, I shouldn't do this, man, because I know where this is going to end up at. But, I'm going to give love another chance. And deep down inside, you hate yourself for being resentful and keep pushing off opportunities. You stay at home. You start doing online dating. You're getting rejected. And then you're not trying to improve yourself so that you can be a better catch, become a full man. Like, transform to be a man that when you come to the relationship, you do bring stability, not in the form of money, but in the form of what your natural gifts are to the world. Like, how do you create safety? How are you creating? Are you creating that through intimacy? Are you creating that through fun? Are you creating that through peace? Or are you creating that through, power to get things done? Stuff like that. Right? All right. So, number 5, we're going to shift a little bit, and we're going to shift from kind of pointing out the fear into actually how to rethink this. Okay. So the first one is, distrust is trauma in a costume. And that's just kind of what it is. That's what a red pill, blue pill, purple pill, this whole black pill thing, which is ridiculous. I must say that. That's my opinion. It's ridiculous. All that is your it's your trauma in disguise. It's your insecurities as a man. Yes, we have insecurities too. And that's fine. That's totally acceptable. I have a lot of insecurities. I totally have insecurities when it comes to relationships, dating, me internally. And I deal with those things. I address those things. And that's fine. Like, we all have them. And there's no problem with that. It just comes in the form of putting it on the table. So the way you look at this, the way you can look at this is think like this. I'm scared of getting hurt again. Right? That's your trauma. I got hurt. It hurt my feelings. And I need to address that. So that's when you look at that and say, oh, no, I do want a relationship. I know I do want one. But I know it takes effort on both parts to get there. And I know that I have to show up as the full me, not the fake me, not the one with the mask on, but the real me. Number 6, you're punishing every woman for what one woman did. So like every woman that you date, every woman you interact with, every possible relationship that you could have formed, the woman that you could have talked to form a new relationship with, right, has turned into punishment for everyone. So the one that broke your heart, you're starting to keep going down the road and think that every woman is like that. And that's not true. There are bad apples out there. And so like look at it, try looking at it from a place of, okay, this bad thing happened to me. This woman did me dirty. And you could do something. You could reach out to her and say, hey, I think you did me really wrong. And I got to say, like, what the hell? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I think you did me really wrong. And I want to address that. And you address it directly to the person. Or you say, you know what? I'm not going to let her control me anymore. I'm not going to let my past experiences put me in a place of insecurity that is going to let every woman after her pay. Because you might have been a combination of people that just didn't work. Maybe her communication wasn't off. And once again, it comes back to like, maybe you think about it like this. I didn't show up to that relationship from the very beginning. I did not show up as my true self, like who I really am. I showed up as somebody who I thought I needed to be. Number 7, the armor you served, the armor served its purpose. And so now it's time to hang it up. So I had a comment in the last video. A guy said something along the lines of, you know, oh, you just didn't know what you was talking about, man. You once you learn red pill, you never forget red pill. Okay, nature. I learned about what I as a man wasn't doing. I learned about how to be a little bit more masculine frame. Put him in a place of saying like, okay, I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do that. But why am I not getting results? Why am I not getting anything? Because I do all of this and I'm still, you know, whatever. And that's the part that's frustrating. So let's think of it like this. In the moment, I adopted red pill to deal with my problems, my hurt, my pain, my trauma. It's time for me to address that. That happened to me. I'm going to address it. And I'm going to put this red pill stuff behind me and actually start forming real relationships. Like real, genuine relationships that are real, that I can trust, that she can trust. And everybody feels safe because we as men also need safety. A man does not feel safe with a woman that is sporadic and doesn't listen to his needs. Same thing for a woman. There's no difference. Number 8. Now we're going to transition into the ways I want to challenge you going forward. And these ways, like, do this when you're ready, when you're actually ready to make the change. This is when I want you to do this. And when you do it, if you have any troubles, let me know in the comments and I will, we'll address it. We will talk about it together. So number eight, healing is the hardest work that you'll do. healing from this, from being hurt, like really being hurt, is hard to do, especially when you've contained it and you've lived so many years of containing that hurt. Going to identify where things went wrong. Number 9, here's something else I want you to do. That's the first assignment. Your second one that I want you to do is, once you've identified it, I want you to go to your phone and I want you to leave. Right? It's a challenge. It's a challenge. It's not, I'm not telling you to do it. This is a challenge. If you really want to change and you really want to get better, I want you to leave the Reddit groups, leave the Facebook groups, and leave the YouTube channels that are continually telling you that you have to be a high value man in order to get a simple relationship. All right. That's the challenge. That's why I said it's supposed to be a challenge. Like, it's not easy, because you're probably a guy that's been living too long of, seeing that, of being that way. You got it's quarantine. Why do I need to poke the beehive? Why do I need to poke the bear? Why do I need to deal with it if it's already dealt with? Because you do. If you want to have a real relationship that is free of insecurity, because insecurity is what kills all relationships. That's friendships, that's romantic relationships, and that's even with working coworkers and all that other stuff. And then number 10, the last one is this is the road. The roadmap is ready when you are. And what I mean by that is, take your time, and I want you to really think, do I, deep down in my heart, deep down, under all the armor, under all the bull crap, under all the things you logically think, I really do want to be in a relationship, and I'm ready to make the changes. I'm ready to make the right changes in order to secure that relationship, and not just to secure it, but to maintain it and to thrive in it. And it takes two. It takes a man and a woman, but you have to show up as you. So when you're ready, comment and tell me. All right, that's all I got for today. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'll see you next time.